Well, welcome to the Cherie Show right here on ETC. We are coming to you live from Appalachia, Georgia, and we are coming back to back with Trading Time, so we're a bit in a whoo today. Buddy was here this morning, and I said, why don't we just do all these shows back to back? And then I realized to go back to back in about 30 seconds is kind of weird. So we might do it, we might not. I don't know. I think it's fun because it kind of puts a little energy in us. I have a guest who's going to join me in just a little bit, but first I'm going to take care of birthdays and all the things that we do. We are also live coming to you on Facebook, and I do that purely because I have so many people who either have moved away from the area or live in areas that ETC doesn't serve, and they said we really miss seeing the show. So now you get to see it on Facebook. It's not quite the same because you don't get everything that we offer here on ETC. Today we're going to share some music. We're going to share, I love that Archie Watkins is now the sole owner of the Inspirations, so that means the Inspirations will be fantastic, fabulous, absolutely amazing from now until doomsday. So I'm really, really excited about that. And we're going to share some of the music of the old guys with you today. So you won't get to see that if you're not on ETC. But here we go with birthdays. Happy birthday to Carolyn Payne, to Joan Banks, to Kristen Lewis, to Ricky Bird, to Dallas Painter, to Brittany Willingham, to Nancy Hales, to Debbie Carver, and to Diane Parker. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful birthday. Now let me tell you about doing live television. You never know what you're going to get. You know, some days it's thunder and it's lightning, it's crazy. Last night there was a live show up in the mountains at ZZ Top performed at the Georgia Mountain Center. And it would have been a sellout if it had been on a Saturday night. It would have been a sellout and every seat full had it not rained cats and dogs. But as I understand it, it rained cats and dogs. Still a great show, great opportunity to see some of the best music around. And you know that Georgia Mountain Fair brings in some of the absolute best music. And this weekend, Winona is going to be hitting the stage on March the 11th. Tickets are still available. You can pick up the phone and call them, and their number is 706-896-4191 if you would like to have tickets to see Winona. Now, I understand that last night's show was really good. It was really loud the first half of the show, and a lot of people are going boom, boom, boom this morning. So if you were there and you had a headache, just take you a couple of Advil or Tylenol or leave, and it'll all be gone and it'll all be fun. We're going to take a commercial break and do what we need to do because we have to pay for being here. You know, this ride's not free. We have airtime, we have employees, we have things we have to do. So if you are not a sponsor, we would love for you to be. It's great to welcome the Dairy Queen in Jasper as a sponsor. I went by there yesterday and I had the most fantastic lunch you ever saw in your life, and it was something I just dreamed up, and boy was it good. But if you haven't tried, they have a new blizzard and it's called a Royal Blizzard, and there are several varieties of it, so go by and say, hey Dairy Queen, what's new? You know, our local Dairy Queen has been part of the community, locally owned and operated for over 40 years, giving you, the local folks, what you like best. And I think that's what makes it so amazing. So check them out, and also don't forget the rest of our sponsors. If you're looking for a good dermatologist, I can tell you the best is right up there in Fannin County. Go by and see Dr. Mills and his group. Looking for insurance, pick up the phone and call the guys who have supported us since day one. It's very important to keep local television doing what we do because we come into your home daily with what's going on in the community. And yesterday I talked a little bit about that terrible fiasco that was on Facebook on Sunday that alarmed people and scared people about a horrible car wreck that really didn't happen. And we were able to cut it off and tell you that wasn't, it didn't happen. It was somebody doing a hoax and creating viruses on your Facebook. So if you got hacked, and so many people did, change your password and get your system back secure again, because that's so important. You know, even though we're the good guys in the world, there's evil out there, and we have to really watch out for that, and we have to watch out for each other. I want you to say a big prayer today. My granddaughter is boarding a plane at 1 o'clock today to head to Anchorage, Alaska. Am I concerned? Nah, because the Lord's going to be flying with her. Am I disappointed that I am not going with her? Maybe. I love Alaska. I took her to Alaska. I introduced her to Alaska, and I said, Tori, every time you travel here, you will leave a piece of your heart. She is going back to get the rest of her heart, and she will make probably an amazing career for herself with NBC in Anchorage. She is so excited, and she said, Nanny, please don't be mad at me because I'm leaving. And I said, how come I be mad at you because you're leaving? I'm probably mad because I'm not going with you. But it's going to be a wonderful journey for her, but please do say a prayer. She's got a long, long flight. A lot of adjustments. She said, I will be back to that dry, cold weather where it's very different for your skin and your hair and your nails. Everything is different in Alaska because you are in a different world. So say a prayer for her today that she lands very safely in Seattle tonight, and then she goes on to Anchorage, and she'll be there by about 1 a.m. So it's going to be a hard day for her. It's going to be a fun day for her, and it's going to be a day of total excitement. So I hope that she arrives safely and everything's really cool. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back, and we're going to be talking about Bible fun because, you know, the Bible was written a long, long time ago, and everything in there is the truth. And it's interesting to take it to a child's level and give them something to think about. And we'll do that when we come back in just a few minutes.
You have never been so happy, dancing, swinging, laughing at me, smile on my face. It's happiness for days. Flowers in the garden grow, sun will shine on us below. All our days, growing up and old together, couldn't even dream a better, couldn't even dream a better way. You are everything I need. Happy ever after we'll be. Couldn't even dream a better. Once upon a life together. Couldn't even dream a better way. A better way. A better way.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997.
Since 1962, Gilmer Towing has been serving the North Georgia area and would like to say thanks to all of our customers. For over 48 years, Gilmer Towing has carried on a family tradition with an experienced and friendly staff that offers 24-hour damage-free towing, unlocks, and four-wheel drive recovery. So when you're stuck in a ditch, tires flat, or car won't start, give us a call. Local or long hauls, big or small, Gilmer Towing will get them all. Give us a call today at 706-636-4TOW.
In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
We've had Alpha Insurance since our first daughter.
And when we had quadruplets, we really needed Alpha.
Now we need our own insurance with great rates, fast claim service,
and a local agent we know.
And we want a company our kids and grandkids can trust.
Call Alpha!
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center in Canton specializes in low-level pain management. We provide a holistic approach to treatment, managing knee, back, and joint pain along with migraines, allergies, and medical weight loss through holistic and alternative approaches rather than pharmaceutical treatments. By offering multiple specialties under one roof, including chiropractic care and neuropathy injection treatment, we create the continuity of care that assures positive patient outcomes. So take the first step to a life free of pain. Give us a call or go online today to georgiamtc.com.
Okay, we are back live now on ETC, and I have been visiting with Miss Wanda on Facebook, which is, y'all, this, we're doing double duty now, and it works for me, although it doesn't give us a break at all. So we're going to basically recap what we just talked about on Facebook. Number one, let's talk about something you and I have in common. I was a Girl Scout, you were a Girl Scout, and were you a Girl Scout leader?
Yes, I was.
For how many years?
About 7.
Okay, during that time, I can remember we met at Lake Adair at Miss Wyndham's house, and I loved her. She kind of reminded me of a stern teacher. She was very structured, and we needed that.
Right.
We were girls that needed that. So I think that's something that today, with all this, and I'll just say I almost got in trouble on Facebook this morning, but I got praise instead. Thank you. I don't like this Independence Day where women are showing that they don't have to go to work and they don't have to do for their family and they don't have to do that. I did exactly the opposite.
I did too.
I'm going to work 2 jobs today, and I started by making breakfast for my family and enjoying breakfast with my granddaughter. And I believe that women are blessed to be able to do for others.
Absolutely.
And I disagree with this day that we're taking off the day and we're going to skip work and we're going to do all this junk. I think it's ridiculous. So if y'all want to scream at me, write me, call me, I don't care. I don't care. I'm so old now, I just don't care. But I like women being strong and authoritative, but I don't like us being over the top against somebody, I think that we should work together, and I think it's a different world today.
Yes, the word unity has lost its meaning.
Absolutely.
And that's what's wrong with our country today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, being a Girl Scout leader, of course, you've been around a lot of children all your life.
Yes,
and
I have.
Teaching in a Christian school, you've been around children all your life.
Right.
And to teach Sunday school, I want to ask you this: did you ever teach children who were, I want to call them drop-off kids, where the parents didn't go to church with them, but the kids got to church on their own?
Yes, we had a bus ministry that was widely used, and I'm from Ohio. I've only been here less than a year. My husband and I came down last April, and he passed away in November. And so I've had a lot of time on my...
So, number one, you're a fresh widow, too.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, God bless you.
But I
You're
have 2
making it
wonderful.
fun. Yeah.
Thank you. I have 2 wonderful daughters. The one that brought me today, and another one who works for Penny's in Alpharetta, and they are supportive.
Right.
And I think my writing has held me together too. And I have made some friends. I'm in an assisted living, and
where is it?
It's on East Cherokee. It's called Windsor House, and I have learned a lot of lessons, and I have material for new articles.
What about that? Now, see,
yes.
Okay, now you've written for over 40 years. Okay, in that 40 years, did you ever tell true stories about craziness at your family? If you were married for how many years to your husband?
69.
69 years. I bet you have some stories to tell.
Lots of them.
I bet you do. Was he military?
Yes, he was in the Air
What
Force.
branch? The Air Force. Okay.
In the Second World War.
Wow. Wow. Was he an amazing guy?
Yes, he was. Wonderful.
Wow.
A good husband and a good father.
Yeah.
And we had lots of fun.
And isn't that important? Laughter is the greatest medicine of all.
Absolutely.
So when things get crazy and down and depressed, if you can't laugh about it, I've taken some heat lately because I have just said, look, my mama left this world jitterbugging with cancer. She was dying of cancer, but she still wore stiletto heels and wanted to jitterbug. And I think she instilled in me, I don't care how bad it gets and how tough it gets, you got to laugh about it.
That's right.
You got to move on and you got to get through it. And laughter's going to get you through some things that nothing else will.
Absolutely.
Now, when your husband passed away, did you go into a depressed state, or did you just know that he was going to a better place?
I knew that he was going to a better place, and I don't know, it just was this very special way that God helped me through it. And I have a strong faith. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is amazing.
And it's so important in your life.
Sure it is.
There again, my daughters were there for me, and I have met other people there where I am. And they have let me take part in different things, and I do some writing for them. And so you just have to come out of yourself.
Exactly.
And you can't dwell on your circumstances. There's times you'd like to, but it doesn't do you any good.
I was sharing this with somebody yesterday. I could be depressed very easily. My daughter committed suicide.
Sure.
My husband died. My mom died 2 weeks later. I'm the master of funerals. I can do the greatest funeral in the world. If you want to have a super funeral, pick up the phone and call me. I'm great at it. And I found the first 10 days I had to grieve. After that, if I had not come back into the public, I could have been very depressed, and I could have taken myself to a level that I would never have returned from.
I agree.
And I understood that. And I understood that I had a choice to make. I could come out of my bedroom, and I could look at the world, and I could decide that I'm going to have to live in this old world.
That's right.
Without her, but I'm going to have to do it.
That's right.
And there were days that I went back in the bedroom and closed the door again. But then I would think about it, and I would say, you know, people are watching me because I'm on television, and people are paying attention. Am I going to get through this? And I think every single day somebody says, you've made a difference in my life. Every single day somebody says, my daughter was so depressed, but she watched what happened with you and your daughter, or my daughter and I are having problems and we don't get along, but after seeing what happened to you, I understand that you've got to make it work.
That's right.
And you do.
You have to come out of yourself.
Yeah, you absolutely do. So now when you wrote the book Bible Fun, it's puzzles, it's quizzes, devotions, games, and alphabet. What age level is this for? And I want to show the...
It really depends on the knowledge that they have of the Bible.
Okay.
I have used it with little ones as young as 4 years old. Our Christian school ran from K4 through 12th grade. And I also used it with the older ones. And then later on, I started using it with our adults who were my age and younger even. And they enjoyed it. And it's just because it's different. It's not the same thing that you just pick up every day. And you can use it for parties even. You can use it in different ways. And
I'm looking at this, and it's funny because I have, there's a Christian thrift store here that I'm going to tell y'all about when we come off the air.
Good.
And I would love for you to volunteer there because all the money they raise goes to the local Christian school.
Oh, really?
And maybe you could share a couple of these books with them and they could use them in their curriculum because this is it's a learning tool, but it also makes learning fun.
Good.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
That sounds helpful.
And it's just down the street from here. Now, as you get older, do you find that using this to refresh older memories?
Yes.
Is very good?
much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, I forget stuff.
Yeah, because somebody asked me a question after I gave her a book, and I had to think about it a minute. Just because I wrote it doesn't mean I remember it all. I mean, they might think I'm a little, dictionary walking around, but I am not.
Now, what part of Ohio did you come from?
I was born in Akron, Ohio.
My Aunt Betty lived 40 some odd years in Akron.
Really?
And it is so funny. I was 12 years old the first time I flew. I flew to Akron, Ohio. And when I got there, I was a kid just totally out of my world.
Sure.
But then they moved to Wadsworth, Ohio.
Yeah, my in-laws live there.
So, yeah, that's so funny. Now, see, common denominators. Denominators.
We actually moved here from Mansfield, Ohio, and that's the church I belong to. And I was very active in the church. I spoke for Christian women's clubs for 15 years throughout the state of Ohio. And I did a lot of things using my writing as a background.
Right.
And it was very fulfilling.
And today, when you write today, what are you writing about?
I'm working on an article about dementia. That's partially what took my husband. And I'm very interested in it. And
did he know you at the end?
Yes, he did.
Good.
However, he had a serious fall at the assisted living, and it put him in a coma.
Wow.
And he lived a week, and they put him in hospice.
Yeah.
And then the Lord took him. But he still knew me, but he had times that it wasn't as clear as others. And a few times he would get a little argumentative, and, he just couldn't handle it.
Right.
But
men want to be strong and all of that. They want to be the caretaker.
That's right.
And when a man gets in a position that he feels like he can't be, I think it must be the hardest thing in the world ever.
Yes, I could see that he was thinking about his manhood, and he was thinking it was slipping away. So it was time for him to go. And that's why I could accept it.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that he had lived a nice long life. He was 95 years old. And he was a good bit older than me, as you see. But we had a wonderful life, and we did a lot of traveling. And that has a lot from my background on writing. I wrote a column for Union Gospel Press out of Cleveland, Ohio for over 30 years. It's called Noah's Ark. And I wrote about the lesser known animals, and I did 149 of those. And I'm reading some of those to one of the ladies that is down the hall from me who can't get around too well. And she asked me if I would read some of that.
And see, there you go, being a blessing again. You just keep being blessings, don't you?
I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it makes such a difference in other people's lives.
And we have a wonderful activity director where I'm staying, and we bonded immediately. And she is so helpful, and she's a real encourager. I wrote her a poem. I'm going to give it to her.
And see how precious is that, because you're giving back. Now, we will tell you, I'm going to challenge everybody. If you're my age, if you're older, don't give up.
That's right.
Don't give up.
That's right.
Sit down and do. And I'm going to share something with you now. We're going to go to some music here at ETC. This is some old guys who started singing when they were 14, 15, and 16 years old as the Inspirations. And then a few years ago, there was a split, and part of the Inspirations went this way, and part of the Inspirations became Smoky Mountain Reunion. Well, officially, last week, all that's ended, and the Inspirations are now the Inspirations again, and you're going to see some of the older guys who were in it. These guys are in their 70s now, some are in their 60s, but they love sharing the message of the Lord in music, and they're not going to quit. They're not going to quit. They're going to keep traveling. And I said, I laughed. I hope that they're singing on Doomsday. I just hope that they're singing right to the end. It's so amazing to see what a blessing you can be to somebody else. If you're a retired school teacher, you can go to your school and you can volunteer. You can mentor children.
Right.
And that's something you could do at a local Christian school. See, you are so on top of it and so with it. At 90, you don't need to stop what you're doing. You need to keep sharing, and you need to keep blessing people.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, and you could do that. So we're going to tell you how to find her book and a little bit more about it when we come back, but we're going to take a music break so you can see Archie Watkins, who is now 100% owner of the Inspirations. Thank you, Lord. This is it's amazing to see all this coming back together, and it's going to be a wonderful thing for gospel music. So sit back and enjoy some of their music. We're going to be staying with you on Facebook, but just sit back, all you ETC folks, and enjoy a little bit of Smoky Mountain Reunion.
Somebody somewhere was praying that night when Jesus came in and I saw the light. It must have been Mama. I've heard her before as she knelt by her bedside. Her tears touched the floor. Thank you, Mama, for praying for me. If you had not prayed, then where would I be? They call you old-fashioned, but you love the Lord, and your prayers touch the Master as your tears touch the floor. She held to the altar and wouldn't give in till she knew all her children had been born again. Just an old-fashioned mama, but she loved the Lord, and her prayers touched the Master as her tears touched the floor. Thank you, Mama, for praying for me. If you had not prayed, then where would I be? They call you old-fashioned, but you love the Lord, and your prayers touch the Master as your tears touch the floor. Thank you, Mama, for praying for me. If you had not prayed, then where would I be? They call you old-fashioned, but you love the Lord, and your prayers touch the Master as your tears touch the floor.
There's only one door to heaven. Jesus fixed it that way. The rich and the poor will go in the same door. For Jesus fixed it that way. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I hear Jesus say. So if you want to go, you'll have to go in by Him, because there is no other way. Straight is the gate and narrow the pathway, and few will travel this way. This road leads home, and you're welcome to come. He will guide every step that you take. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I hear Jesus say. So if you want to go, you'll have to go in by Him, because there is no other way. So if you want to go, you'll have to go in by Him, because there is no other way.
With speeds up to 150 meg, ETC and Ignite delivers more shopping, more music, more learning, more streaming, more speed to power smartphones, movies, and streaming video, more speed for more devices in your home, and more room in your budget with ETC's low pricing and bundled discounts. Get the fastest internet around with Ignite's new 150 meg. More speed, more savings. Call ETC today.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
I'm Lauren Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, and Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does that Singleton own? He just up at number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry? It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again. We all love Subway.
Chevy runs deep in Canton at Bill Holt Chevrolet. Deeper selection, deeper discounts, and we're letting everybody know it. Not just Chevy buyers in Atlanta. Chevy buyers in Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Jasper, and LJ. If you're out there, we're right here with one huge selection at Truck HQ. Always get our lowest prices and friendliest service. Online, BillHoltGM.com.
'Cause when you're talking trucks, you're talking Truck HQ.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Get peace of mind for your family with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to ETC Security and get 6 months monitoring free. Call ETC Security now or visit etcsecurity.com to learn more.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
We are back, and I'm visiting with Miss Wanda, and we are talking Bible fun. If you would like to pick up a copy of her book and use it in your church, if you would like to use it, if you have, if you're going to make a trip for spring break and you've got little kids who want to stay busy, this would be a great way to keep them busy. Have the mom sit in the front seat and play some of the games with the kids. And you can pick it up at Jan's Bookstore down in Canton, or you can get it on Amazon. And would you like to go and speak to kids? Would you like for people to invite you maybe to their schools?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
And come and speak to folks? Because sometimes you explaining it would be easier than them just picking up the book.
That's
true. Can we give information on how to contact you?
Certainly.
Do you have an email address? Okay, it is
WWE.
Two
W's.
Okay. WWE
503
at
gmail.com.
All right. WWE503 at gmail.com if you would like for Miss Wanda to come and speak to your children. And Denise Caldwell, I'm going to challenge you. It's a long way for her to come from Woodstock to your church, but I think it would be great for you to have the children. This is a great teaching tool.
Thank you.
And it is a great way to open the door to that book that many people are intimidated by.
Right.
But that book is the truth.
That's right.
And if they're going to get anywhere in this world, they better learn the truth, hadn't they?
That's right. It has the answers.
It has the answers. Now, can I get us in trouble? Can we talk politics a minute?
Certainly.
Are you a diehard conservative?
Yes.
Me too. I got tickled. My Aunt Betty, who lived in Ohio, was a Georgia girl who belonged to Mount Vernon Baptist Church all her life as a child, and she went away and she married a wonderful engineer from Georgia Tech, and she became a Catholic. And we laughed about it because then the rest of our funerals in our life were half Catholic, half Primitive Baptist Church, and we love that. And I would tell people, I'd say, well, Aunt Betty's family's going to be here, so we gotta add a little of this and this. And it is funny, but it's all about, we all read the Bible, we all believe in the Lord, and we all know that the world is a better place because of it.
Right.
Because of it. And we have to share what we know.
That's
and we
for
have
sure.
to come together, and that's what it's all about.
Right.
It's coming together. Now, tell me again the assisted living place you live in.
It's called Windsor House.
Windsor. And
it's on East Cherokee.
Has Glory Bound been there before to sing?
No.
Okay, I'm going to suggest that he comes.
Yeah, they have.
Okay. He loves to do that, so I was going to suggest that they do that. Yeah. And that's the people who provide the meal, and it's so precious.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, they spoke about that.
Yes.
They were there recently.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Now I'm putting it together.
Yeah. See, she's 90. She can put it together if she wants to. She can let it fly apart if she wants to. When I get 90, it'll all be flying apart.
I don't feel it. I just.
Now, Miss Wanda, how's your health? Is it good?
It's pretty good. I have gout in my knee.
Oh, my goodness.
I never had it before, and I have experienced anemia. But I think it's I had to have a lot of blood work done over the last few months, and I think that hastened some of this.
Wow. Wow.
But I do well for my age.
Yeah, to be 90. Now, what are the things you love to do besides talking about the Bible and writing? What else do you like to do?
I love the games. We play Wheel of Fortune and we play basketball, not the regular routine.
Yeah.
But, and we have, like I said, a fantastic activity director. And so she has different activities. We play bingo and
that keeps your mind sharp.
Yes,
doesn't
and
it?
we go to shopping. We went to the dollar store, and we go to Walmart and places like that. And they do take us out to eat if you care to go. And I try to take advantage of everything that is offered if I'm free, and I like it.
Well, a few weeks ago, one of my young friends, she's about 10 years younger than me, we were in a restaurant eating, and we noticed a group of elderly ladies from the local assisted living were having lunch. Well, Vicki and I tend to be a little loud when we get tickled, and we got tickled.
I am.
And we were laughing, and these old ladies looked around at us and gave us a snarly look. And I wanted to say, lighten up, sugar. Just smile a little bit. Just
right, it won't
smile
hurt
a little
you.
bit. No, smiling doesn't hurt you at all. And Vicki and I laughed, and we said, well, we'll have to go to Cracker Barrel and create havoc again someday soon. So, but it does help to get out and laugh and smile and just live your life. Don't plan your life, live your life.
That's right. And the more that you withdraw, the only person you're harming is yourself.
Yes, yes.
And so just being with people is so helpful. And then you find that other people are hurting too.
Right.
And we just got a new young man, and I always feel sorry for people who are younger than I am, who are having, physical difficulties and other things. And but he's joining in our activities, and it just seems really nice that he's doing that well.
And you can reach out and you can help him too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pushed this one he's not young, he's younger than I am, when they want him to roll himself in his wheelchair, and he gets so tired. So if they're not around, I take the wheelchair and push him wherever he's going.
There you go. There you go.
He said to me this morning, "What makes you do that?" I said, "As Christians, we're supposed to help one another."
That's right.
That's what I'm doing.
That's right. That's right. Well, right now, as Christians, we're going to share a little bit more music with you from Archie Watkins and the Smoky Mountain Reunion, which is now combined with the Inspirations, and the whole deal is just a perfect fit. And I hope that the Inspirations will be coming to your church soon. I know they're actually going to be, Matt told me yesterday, where they're going to be somewhere not too far from here. I'll have to get the details and let you know, but it's going to be a great year for the Inspiration. So we're going to sit back now, enjoy a little bit more music, and Miss Wanda and I are going to stay here and we're going to visit with you a little bit more, and we may get in trouble. We may really talk politics in a minute.
Right.
We'll see. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
That's right.
And evil, and in our minds we cannot find right or wrong anymore. We spin to recycle, keep our highways clear. We're concerned about things like the Earth's atmosphere, and some even cry because the well may not always be here. But we're killing our children. It's time to cry for the children, for their blood flows like a river in the name of women's rights. But God knows each heartbeat. He knows when every birthday should have been. America, please get back on your knees for the sake of our children. Eyes that never saw mother now gaze on the Savior. Cries never made are now cries of praise to the Lamb they adore. Little hands that in death were torn apart are held by a hand that's been nail scarred. Heaven now welcomes innocent children we daily destroy, and we're killing our children. It's time to cry for the children, name of women's rights. But God knows each heartbeat. He knows when every birthday should happen. America, please get back on your knees for the sake of our children. America, please get back on your knees for the sake of our children.
He stepped out of nowhere, the world in his hands, and hung it on nothing but his command. Then he spoke into being all these things that we see, but in his own image he made you and me. And God is still on his throne. He will take care of his own. He sends thousands and thousands, 10,000s of angels. We're never alone, for God is still on his His hands aren't wrinkled, there's no loss of strength, and his mind's never left him unable to think. His nerves aren't shattered, his hair isn't gray, and he still works his wonders in mysterious ways. And God is still on his throne. And thousands, 10,000s of angels. We're never alone, for God is still on his throne. And God is still on his throne. He will take care of his own. He sends thousands and thousands, 10,000s. And thousands, 10,000s of angels. We're never alone, for God is still on his
I hope y'all are loving that old music by the old inspirations that's now the new inspirations, and I'm so inspired by them. So it's exciting. It is very, very exciting. Now, Miss Wanda, we've been talking on Facebook while we were doing the music for y'all here at ETC.
Yes.
A little bit about independence and how important it is to stay active and to stay alert and to keep your mind going. Tell me your first thing you do every morning when you wake up.
Well, I have a little time that I read my devotions, and then I go to the dining room for my breakfast.
That's key. You go and associate with other people.
Oh, yes, immediately.
It is so very important that you don't sit in your room and have your meal alone. You go out and you visit with other people. Have
That's
you
right.
met some amazing people at the home?
Oh, yes, some lovely people. And they're all from different walks of life. We eat our noon and evening meal with a couple. He will be 95 in May, and she's 96 or 7. And they're just dear people, and they have such a good outlook about life. They're fine Christian people, and they are so encouraging. And he will pray before our meals. My husband always did that. Even after he got the dementia, he still I encouraged him, and he was doing that until the week he had the accident.
Wow.
And we just have wonderful conversations, and they are such an uplift to me. I mean, because they're a little older
and
yet.
They're older than you.
Right. They are older than me.
Yeah,
I found somebody.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Now, being from Ohio and coming to the South, was there ever a time that you hit a wall and it was like, well, they're not very open to meeting me or joining in? Was everybody pretty receptive?
Yes, I have to say that.
Yeah.
Yes. We all have needs, and you can sense some people's needs, and you have to be the strong one and reach out to them.
Yes.
They won't always reach out to
Yes,
you.
yeah.
I have several rather close friends, and the one just had her gallbladder removed, and she's just a dear person. And as I left this morning, she knew I was a little hyper, and she said, "I'll be praying for you."
Yeah.
And then one of the nurses, as I was coming down the hall, I don't know how she heard about it, I didn't tell her, and she said, "You're going to do just fine."
There you go. You know, it's interesting, but to me, the most dangerous thing for your health that you could ever do is become narrow-minded.
Yes, yes.
If you are narrow-minded, you shut yourself out of amazing things.
That's right, you lose a lot.
Absolutely. If you say, well, I don't want to meet them because they're from so-and-so, or I don't like the way she does this, or I don't like the way... If you become narrow-minded, then you take a very different walk through this life.
You're wrapped
and
up.
you become a little bit self-absorbed and obsessed with misery.
Right.
And that's pretty sad. That's
Yes, it
pretty
is.
sad, yeah.
Yeah, you can't feel sorry for yourself. You have to lift yourself above with God's help. You just know that there's people out there that are going to help you. And I have sensed that.
Now, how do you figure you found Jan's bookstore? Do you think that the Lord had a part in that?
Oh, my, yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
I'll tell you how I actually found out. One of the therapists that was working on my husband, one day, I knew he was a Christian, and he said that he saw one of my books. I have them there in my room. And I said, "Do you know a publisher?" And he said, "No, I don't really." But he said, "My pastor writes poetry, and he has his published." And I said, "Well, I have had a lot of things published, and I would like to have another book published." So he said, "Well, I'll find out from my pastor." So about 3 weeks later, he comes in with the name of Jan's, and I called and...
Good news travels fast. There
Yes,
you go.
yes.
Yeah.
And the Windsor House had a book signing for me back in December, and it was well visited too, and that was a help to get me started.
Yeah.
And but the whole thing has been different than what I was used to in Ohio. I used to go out to Wheaton College in Illinois every fall for their Christian Writers Conferences. I did that for 7.5 years, I think. And I always met authors and publishers and, other people who spoke and that sort of thing. And I learned a lot, and I usually sold something. I'd take some of my writing still on. And because I don't have everything in these books. And it just was such an encouragement to me that I felt that there are so many people out there that want to help you. But I know they always said, remember, unless you know somebody or you're very, affluent, and that you write every day, you're not going to make a lot of money.
Right.
And I found that true.
Yeah, and it's not about the money for you.
Oh, no.
It's about
a ministry.
making a difference. Yeah,
that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I know this one man from the Reader's Digest that was one of our plenary speakers, and he said, "Don't forget your words are not written in cement." And that has stayed with me, and that's been years since I went there. Because, you can change them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And with this, if you came back and you did a little bit, now that we're talking about older people,
yes,
could you come back and kind of revitalize this and make it for the next generation with just a little something different, even the art, if you did some pictures of the older military guys? Because if you're on a battlefield and you don't have the word in your heart, how do you get through that battlefield? How do you go to war if you don't have God with you? How do you do that?
You have no hope, and
you
have no direction.
Yeah. So that's a whole new book.
That's right.
Because you go to the next generation, the generation after me, the older generation.
And I find too today that people don't even know what the word patriotism means.
It's very different.
And unity.
Yeah.
And so many things, and that's been running through my mind, and I thought I should start doing some of that from that point of view. Because,
and you know, like your husband, a World War II veteran.
Yes.
He's gone now. There's nobody there to take his place.
That's right.
There are so few of those guys left.
Right.
And when we think about what they did for not only us, but for other countries, when we think about what those veterans did and how it is our duty to give back to them now.
That's right.
Whether it be visit them in the nursing home or lobby Congress and the Senate to get stuff started so the VA doesn't have to jump through 9 million hoops to get the benefits they deserve, you know.
That's right.
It's our duty to give back to them now.
That's right.
And I think we all have the ability to do it. We just
Certainly
have to
we
do it. You can't
That's right.
do it sitting on your hind end.
No. I should say not.
No, you can't do it. You would have loved my mama because you remind me a lot of my mama.
Thank you.
That's really cool. You would have loved my mama. Mom was a little bit outspoken. She did love to jitterbug in them high heel shoes, but. Okay, again, if you want to pick up a copy of Bible Fun by Wanda Sims, Herbs. Now, and I've never seen herbs spelled the way she spells it. This is amazing, and this is 3 books in one, and it is a way to teach your children that the Bible is fun. It is for, dedicated to our beloved grandchildren, Adam deceased. Wow. Drew and Luke and Bethany and Rusty, for all the joy they have brought into our lives. Children are very important to you, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And this is a great way to share something with your children that will make a difference in their lives, and it is the way to introduce them into the Bible without the Bible being so intimidated. And I'm thinking about Salem No. 2 Baptist Church up in Mineral Bluff. This would be a great tool for them to have for their Bible school this year because everybody's going to be doing that this summer.
Sure.
And that would be awesome. So if you want to get a copy of this, you can contact Miss Wanda at wwe503@gmail.com. Or if you want to just go visit her, you can go down to Windsor House and just visit her and say, hey, I saw you on the show and I loved you and I love your positive attitude. I love your positive attitude. I love the idea that at 90 you didn't wake up this morning and say, no, I'm too tired to go anywhere. You woke up and you did what you had to do.
Right.
And you drove a long way to get here. Now, when did you give up driving?
At 90, no, wait a minute. At 88.
88, okay.
I had a problem with my heart, and I had to have a pacemaker implanted and a defibrillator. And my doctor said I didn't have to stop driving, but I could see that it would not be wise for me to be on the road if I passed out. And so I chose.
That's a good choice. Yeah, if I'm going to pass out, I probably don't want to be driving the car.
Behind the wheel.
That is cool. So, you know, learn from her today. If you haven't learned from this program, you ain't never going to learn nothing. We all have the ability to give back. We all have something we can write down and make a difference in somebody's life, whether it be a Bible verse or inspiration, something you've lived through, something you've overcome, something you accomplished that you know somebody else is facing, and they're like, how am I ever going to get through this? You became a young widow at 90, and you are doing very well to be a fresh young widow because you understood that your husband's life was over and he had done everything he could possibly do.
That's right.
And I think it would be hard to see a man get to a point that he had to depend on somebody.
That's right.
That's very tough. It's not their nature, is it?
No, not
it's
at
not
all.
their nature. And to all you crazy women out there who laid out of work today and you're walking and you're doing whatever you're doing, God bless you, you know, whatever. But I chose to come to work. I chose to spend time cooking a little breakfast for my family. And I try to choose to make a difference in somebody's life every single day. And I'm headed when I leave here to go preview a house for a beautiful young woman I'm trying to find a house for, and to go visit my buddy Regina Camp down in Canton. Don't forget, she is in the Canton nursing home. She had a horrible fall. She is rehabbing. And if I understand Regina like I understand Regina, she's probably running the place now. She's got a broken arm and a broken this and a broken that, but she's probably running the place because she is on top of her game. She's one of those other women who doesn't give up and won't give up. Just this little injury just made a little difference in her life. But during this time, she will bless somebody. I can guarantee you she'll be a blessing to somebody else. And I think that's what this life is all about. What can you do today to be a blessing to somebody else? You know, if you're a teacher, you can be a blessing to somebody else. If you're a school bus driver, you can be a blessing to somebody else. If you're the cashier at the grocery store, If you really look into somebody's eyes, you can tell if they need to be blessed today. You can be a blessing to somebody else. It's so simple. It's so easy. It doesn't cost you a red cent, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, and it pays very well because you get a reply that will set the tone for the rest of your day.
That's right.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Wanda.
You're welcome.
It is time for us to get out of here, and we're going to leave you now with a little bit more music by Smoky Mountain Reunion. So we're going to go on off and let you listen to a little bit more of their music. I'm so excited. The inspirations are now as they should be. Brother Matt will be staying with them. I'm not sure how the rest of the group's going to go, but I can tell you it is going to be a fantastic time in gospel music. We're going to leave you now where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. Only on ETC. We will re-air tonight, as always, at 6 p.m. and then again at 1 a.m. for you late-nighters or you folks like me who drank too much tea last night. See you again soon. Thank you very much.
A different point of view.